I'm back. Okay. So to start off, you were arguing, he was arguing that I'm not allowed to say that you can't trust criminals because that's an assumption. But statistically, 36% of violent felons already have an active criminal justice status at the time of their arrest. 18% are on probation, 12% on release pending disposition of a prior case, and 7% are on parole. So I don't think you can trust them. They're clearly committing more crimes after they commit one. Also, according to the President and General Counsel of the Center for Equal Opportunity, we don't let children vote, for instance, or non-citizens, like you were saying, or the mentally incompetent. But I didn't really see your argument there, because we don't let them vote because we don't trust their judgment. So why should we let criminals vote? We clearly shouldn't trust their judgment. And also, I found evidence. New federal statistics reveal that the number of mentally ill inmates in the U.S. prisons and jails have quadrupled over the past 6 years. So these people do have mental problems. If we're not letting the mentally unstable vote because we don't trust their judgment, why are we letting criminals vote when they're clearly mentally unstable? On to the race thing, our favorite thing to talk about. Okay. Chris Graves, like so many journalists today, is attempting to create racial anger and strife because those kinds of stories draw attention to the news outlets and create more strife that drives more media coverage. So we think racism is a huge problem because for me, it's what I see on Twitter. I'm going to be straight up and honest. Like, it's what I find online. That's what's making me think that. But statistically, when looking at the facts, these findings are based on data from the BJS State Court Proceedings Statistics Program. 41% of violent felons were black, non-Hispanic. 30% were Hispanic, and 26% were white. That's just statistically who's doing the crimes. That's not a race thing, that's just who's doing them. Plus, I've also found data that 49% of people that were killed by officers were white. So I'm not really understanding the whole African Americans police brutality thing when the statistics are showing that most of the people that are killed by the police are white. To continue on. So, what I'm most confused about with your guys' argument is that you are supposed to be arguing the current system, and in the current system, there's diversity. Some states are allowing these felons to vote when they're released, and some aren't. But you're arguing specifically for one side, that they should be able to vote after they're released. That's not... I'm a little confused on their argument. Plus, I was reading state by state, and a felon in Maine can vote from prison using an absentee ballot, while a felon convicted of the same crime in Florida, the state with the highest percentage, these people in Florida will never be able to vote again for committing the same crime as these people in Maine who are able to vote while they're in prison. So to me, that system doesn't make any sense, and I'm not sure why I think it needs to be something that's more unanimous so that we're giving these criminals what we deserve and not letting one murderer vote and then one person that smoked a little bit of weed not vote. That system doesn't make sense to me. Lastly, to go into the 14th Amendment, unlike any other voting qualification, felon disenfranchisement laws are explicitly endorsed by the text of the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment specifically delegates to the states the right to determine the qualifications of voters and to disqualify anyone who participates in rebellion or other crime. So, according to the 14th Amendment, these criminals shouldn't be voting. So why is this even an option? Thank Thank you.